My favorite moment probably has to be
my favorite student government memory.
My favorite memory is from leadership camp.
Or Finn at the all-nighter. Period.
When Big Buddha decided to yell at Jacob, and I laughed all night.
The little blow up at Mountain Ridge, that was friggin' legendary.
Roasting that we do,
and then of course all the roasting.
Like we all love each other, and so like we just brush it off, and it's like we make jokes of it, and so like I just love that we're all such like we really are just like a Mustang family.
Meeting our group, they were just so amazing. Loved them.
At our all-nighter for Hearts of Gold closing assembly, and that whole night was just the most chaotic energy I've ever seen in my life.
Going to Walmart at the all-nighter at like 4 in the morning.
And then half of us like piled into Sydney's car to go to Walmart at 4 in the morning.
During the Hearts of Gold all-nighter, when everybody, like we got like 9 people to stuff in my car, and little Isaac was in the trunk, and we drove to Walmart to get cheetah pants.
All like blasting music and screaming and singing, having a good time.
We all stayed up super late playing poker and card games with Mr. Wilkie. And then Julia came and knocked on the door, and we were like, oh no, because we were way out past bedtime. And she was like, hold on a second. She went and got like chips and Oreos, and she came back and just talked with us for so long.
Remember one day I was sitting there, and we were just like, let's have a dance party. So we just turned on Whitney Houston super loud, and you guys all came into class, and we all just started singing. I will always love you. Oh, I will always love you. And I was just like, man, this song goes out to my fam, student government fam. I love you guys.
Every time we had a dance, we're just like up late, like cranking out decorations and just jamming to music.
The more I think back and look on it, I guess, the more grateful I become just for all the small moments, all the map parades and the 7th periods when we'd either leave the school and just go do some fun errands, or just times I'd be able to go and spend talking with you guys.
The chance I had to build relationships.
We were all at leadership camp trying to decide a song, and we listened to United for the first time. That was the most surreal moment, and I got the chills, and I still get the chills every time I listen to that song, and that set the tone for the whole year. And then my second and most favorite memory
is probably opening assembly.
We were trying to get this sign on time with the music, and we got it right for the very first time, and everybody just jumped up, and we were all hugging each other, and it was just kind of like emotional and like unreal to me.
The first time when we saw the United sign lit up.
I still cry every time I watch that video, because as soon as those lights went off, I have never felt more united to you guys as a student government.
Because it was like our first big accomplishment together, and ever since then we knew we could accomplish anything.
The week at the beginning of the year where we had mascot bowl and homecoming week.
That day and that week especially is when we started like kind of becoming the family that we are.
We didn't really know each other that well at that point, but by the end of it, I feel like we all got to know each other so much better, and we were able to accomplish something great.
And I just loved watching like the process of that, and the process of us like having to rely on each other in order to make things got done.
Hearts of Gold. I think everyone's just so happy, and we're all like close.
We're all like in the room and everything was super messy.
We're all at team dinner, and I looked around and we were all just smiling and laughing and enjoying each other's company, and it made me realize that we really are a family.
Where we were all sitting around, all snuggled up, and we were watching the Hearts of Gold recap movie that Noah had made.
And so we all gathered around and we were like telling each other to shut up and yelling at each other. But then we like turned the lights off and Noah started the video, and I just got chills. Oh.
And I just remember looking around at everybody, and that's when I think that's when we felt really bonded together as student government.
It was during Hearts of Gold. My family was just made aware that my mom had a miscarriage. I remember going into the SVO room that night. I was a mess. And I looked up onto the fridge to see that little picture we have of Hayes, and it says, tough times don't last, but tough people do.
When we revealed to the school and to ourselves how much money we made.
When we revealed the numbers and ours gold closing, and I looked around and we were all just in utter shock and ugly crying and hugging each other, and that was just a special experience for me. And
just the looks on the faces of like the families and of the students at our school was like absolutely priceless.
I just will never forget what we did for those kids and what we did for those families, and every ounce of work we did, it just made everything so much worth it, so much easier, and I love you guys so much.
I love the fact that we were able to serve a greater purpose in high school.
We had all given so much of ourselves to this cause that in a whole we'd all united ourselves truly, you know?
And it set the tone for the whole year, and the greatest year ever.
It's been really cool to get really close to you guys.
I just want you all to know, I guess I love and care about you, and I wouldn't give it up for anything in the world.
I would not be the man today if it wasn't for you guys. And you guys have taught me so much and have been such a huge blessing in my life.
We just loved each other, whether or not we were in school or out of school.
We done it together.
I would have wanted to experience that with anyone else, and you all have a very special place in my heart, and I love you all very dearly.
Go. 1, 2, 3.